For so many years now, you have been speaking to thousands of seekers who have come to you. So what do you think are the most common misconceptions that seekers suffer from?
The most important, especially the Indian seekers, you ask any of them, what are they seeking? You will have the only one, enlightenment or self-realization. There they stop. My point is, they don't go beyond that. My point is, what do you expect to enlightenment to do for you for the rest of your life that you didn't have before? I'm astonished. Nobody thinks about it. Nobody thinks about it. Enlightenment, that's it. So I ask myself, why is it that they don't go deeper into it? Then it struck me that once they get enlightenment, they think they'll be God on earth. They'll want nothing. Everything will be provided for. Life will be all pleasure, no pain. Which is a total misconception.
And the Westerners do not have this misconception?
Not that much, because they're not going in for enlightenment. They go in for this very thing. What will enlightenment do for me? They want a certain kind of happiness. When Westerner comes here, he has more or less accepted that he is in a reasonably comfortable position. He is healthy enough to enjoy most pleasures in life. And yet, he feels he doesn't have the deeper happiness which he is seeking. That's the Westerner. So he wants to know, what is it that I'm seeking, which the usual pleasures in life have not given me? So they accept that the pleasures in life do not give him the deeper happiness. Therefore, he comes to the conclusion that the deeper happiness he is seeking is not to be found in the flow of life, but in his attitude to life. That is where the Indian seeker takes a long time to start.
And what do you tell these seekers to remove this misconception?
I tell them supposing you are enlightened now, what will you get? Nobody has thought about it. So I tell them, I'll tell you what you are not going to get. So I tell them, you'll continue to be the same imperfect human being that you are now. You'll continue to make the same mistakes, same errors in life. You'll continue to have about the same pleasures and pains that you are experiencing. You are not going to have more pleasures and less pain. And you are not, because of the fact of enlightenment, you are not going to have any special powers. You see? And their expression at that moment is worth watching. Then what am I seeking? Then I tell them, I will tell you what you will get. I said, all you will get is peace of mind. You will continue to have the same pleasure or the same pain. But even if you are in pain, you will have the deeper happiness of being able to suffer the pain in peace. Now what happens? You have decided that you have to suffer the pain, which is bad enough, and then you find that something happens which intensifies your pain, which makes it even doubly bad. So ultimately, what you are going to get is, according to my concept, you will be able to enjoy your pleasure in peace, and you will be able to suffer your pain in peace. Pleasure or pain, you have no control. Now what happens? You are enjoying a pleasure. Something happens which shatters your pleasure of the moment. You are suffering the pain, you have accepted the pain. Then something happens which intensifies your pain, which means now, because you don't have the enlightenment, you are in danger of your pleasure being shattered and your pain being intensified. Because I have that understanding, I am able to enjoy my pleasure in peace without the pleasure being shattered. I am able to bear my pain in peace without the pain being intensified. That is the difference between you as the ordinary person and me having the understanding. That is the whole point. That is truly for me is the whole thing. Which is therefore, what does it mean? It means what everybody is ultimately seeking, whether you call it spiritual or not, according to my concept, ultimately in daily living, all anybody is seeking is peace of mind. And what is peace of mind? Even that is not a simple question. I've had to work hard at it. Peace of mind for me means never to be uncomfortable with myself, never to be uncomfortable with the other. Whether I'm enjoying pleasure or pain, not in my control. But whatever it is, I'm never uncomfortable with myself. And I'm never uncomfortable. That is the maximum you will have when you have the understanding or enlightenment. That is all. So if that is not enough, stop seeking enlightenment.
Ramesh, what would you say is the unique feature of your teaching?
The unique feature of my teaching is, first, enlightenment does not mean a flash of divine gift. Enlightenment for me means a much more practical concept. For me, enlightenment means everything that happens in life is a happening according to God's will, cosmic law. Every happening that happens, how it affects whom, someone for the better, someone for the worse, again according to God's will, cosmic law. Through which person the happening happens, A, B, C or D, is again strictly according to God's will, cosmic law. Total acceptance of this, that the human being is incapable of doing anything, the human being is merely an instrument through which life happens according to God's will or cosmic law. Total acceptance of that is for me enlightenment. As far as I am concerned, very clear. There is no question about it. So the most important point in what is particularly special about my concept. My concept, which is different from the usually misconstrued thinking. Usually it is misconstrued that enlightenment means no more separation, no more separate entity. Ramesh will no longer be a separate entity. Enlightenment means the ego being removed. For me, that's nonsense. Because even a sage has to live his life as a separate entity. If Ramana Maharshi were alive, and if I went there, and if I called him by name, Swami, Bhagavan or whatever, he would have turned to me and said, yes, what can I do for you? Therefore, for me, the fact that a sage responds to his name being called means the sage continues to live as a separate entity. Whereas the general conception is, in the case of a sage, there is no ego. And I say, in the case of a sage, there is an ego. There has to be an ego. Whether the ego lives his life with a sense of doership or not is the real question. Therefore, with that, the question is, what is the usual understanding? What is the difference between the ordinary person and the human, and the sage? The sage has no ego. And I say that's ridiculous. Because the fact that a sage responds to his name being called means he lives as a separate. Therefore, according to me, the sage also has an ego. The ordinary person has an ego. Usual thing is the sage, usual understanding, misconception, the sage does not have an ego. And I say, without the ego, the sage cannot live as a sage. Therefore, then the question that will be asked me is, if the sage also has an ego, and the ordinary person has an ego, in what way is the sage enlightened and the ordinary person is not? Answer is simple for me. In the ego of the sage, the sense of personal doership has been totally uprooted. Therefore, the sage lives as an ego with the total acceptance that everything happens according to God's will, cosmic law, that the human being is merely an instrument through which life happens according to God's will, cosmic law, and the individual human being is totally incapable of doing any deed. That is the difference between the ego of a sage and the ego of an ordinary person. Next question is, then if the sage's ego has been removed, then what is the special advantage the sage enjoys for the rest of his life that the ordinary person doesn't enjoy? The answer is peace of mind. Because the ordinary person believes he is the doer of his action, he carries an enormous load of guilt and shame for his actions, which have hurt others, and a bigger load of hatred for others who have hurt him. In the case of a sage, with the total acceptance, the human being is incapable of doing anything. Therefore, if an action which has happened to himself has hurt someone, then it is God's will that the other should be hurt, and the destiny of the other person should be hurt. I am only an instrument through which the happening has happened which has hurt him. I don't have to carry any load of guilt or shame. Similarly, if I am hurt, previously, before I had the understanding, if I were hurt, my reaction was simple. He hurt me, I hate him. Now, if I am hurt, my understanding is equally simple, but totally different. Now, what has hurt me is a happening, which has happened according to God's will, cosmic law, which was supposed to hurt me according to my destiny. The happening which hurt me happened to happen to A. It might as well have happened to B, C, or D. My hurt would still have been the same. Therefore now, with this understanding, question of who has hurt me has become totally irrelevant. Therefore there is no question of my hating anybody. Therefore the two most important misconceptions have been, one, the misconception that enlightenment means the total eradication of the ego. According to me, that is impossible. The one who lives his life, whether as an ordinary person or a sage, is still the same ego. The most important. Second image, if that is the case, then what is the difference between an enlightened person and ordinary? In the ego of the sage, the sense of doership has been totally removed. The result of which is he doesn't have to carry the load of hatred for himself for his actions and hatred for the others for the other's actions. And the absence of this load means peace of mind. He is never uncomfortable with himself. He is never uncomfortable with the other. In other words, what I am saying is, this for me is another especially important. And that is, as soon as when a birth happens, there is no ego. Science tells me that the ego happens when the body is about 2 years old, 2.5 years old. Therefore, the ego is not born with this. The ego is created by the soul so that life should happen, as the basis of which is interhuman relationships. Therefore, what is the ego? The ego is impersonal consciousness identified with a particular name and form as a separate entity with a sense of doership. And so that until the moment the body is dead, it is the ego who lives his life as a separate entity, whether as a saint or as an ordinary person. And this, therefore, every ego originally is connected with the impersonal consciousness, the source. Therefore, the ego is impersonal consciousness identified with a particular name and form as a separate entity. That means identified consciousness. The ego is identified consciousness, but fundamentally consciousness. That connection gets broken every time the ego gets involved in daily living, blames someone for something, either himself or the other. And the connection keeps getting broken, and the broken connection means unhappiness, no peace of mind. When the total understanding happens that he is not the doer, no one is a doer, then in practical life, in practical terms, no hatred for himself, no hatred for the other. Treat it as peace of mind, never being uncomfortable with myself, never being uncomfortable with the other. That is what I get in my daily life. Spiritually, what is the theory? The theory is when I am totally accepted that I am not able to do anything, the other is not able to do anything. Everything happens as a matter of God's will or cosmic law. Therefore, I do not blame anybody, condemn anybody. Then my actual experience is that my connection as an ego with the source is never broken. My connection with the source is never broken. And that is where the third very bad misconception is. After enlightenment, what happened? The misconception is the ego is gone, therefore I am God, I am the source. But so long as that individual has to live his life, he cannot be the source. Therefore, so long as a human being is alive, he has to live as a human being. And the maximum that he can get is to have his connection with this never broken. Only when the body is dead and the ego is no longer required, then the identification is no longer required. And the identified consciousness again becomes impersonal consciousness. Therefore, and the fourth very, very important misconception is, according to my concept, once the body is dead, the ego is not required, and the ego is for this particular life. And the identified consciousness again becomes impersonal consciousness. There can never be any question of previous birth or next birth. For whom? Everybody is told. You have to be a good boy or a good girl. Don't enjoy yourself too much. Live a very strict life. Give up as many enjoyments as you can. Why? So that some other ego in the next life is going to enjoy the benefits of your thing. No deal. I'm only concerned with this life. I'm not concerned with the previous life or next life. Now that does not mean that I do not believe something does get transferred from one life to another. That is clear. Geniuses are born, idiots are born, wealthy people and poor people. Something does get transferred from one life to another life is acceptable. What gets transferred from one life to another, my brain is incapable of knowing. I wouldn't even bother to find out. I wouldn't even bother to find out precisely what gets transferred from one life to another. Who cares? All I know is that Ramesh is not going to be transferred to another life. That is all I'm concerned with. Therefore, I'm only concerned with my happiness in this life. And the ultimate happiness for me and everybody is peace of mind. Therefore, all I'm concerned with is to have peace of mind in this life, which is the ultimate happiness. Which means never to be uncomfortable with myself. Therefore, no belief in previous life, no rebirth. No rebirth for the ego. That is my very great different thing, which gives me great happiness. I don't have to worry about next birth. Similarly, there is another very important concept, and that is when a person sees something or hears something, there is an immediate reaction. It can be anger, fear, sadness, surprise, or compassion. And we mistake it as that individual ego's reaction. What I want to point out is, when the eye sees something, or the ear hears something, or the nose smells something, or the tongue tastes something, or the fingers touch something, the reaction that follows is entirely a bodily reaction, a biological reaction, based on genes and conditioning, over which the ego has no control. Therefore, if four people see the same thing, then the general impression is he was angry, she was afraid, he was surprised, he was a compassionable. My point is, in all four cases, the four different reactions were biological reactions in the body-mind organism, based on genes and conditioning over which the ego had no control. Therefore, it is wrong to say someone is angry. Anger arose is the more accurate thing. Therefore, in many mythological sages, many sages have the reputation of immediate anger, and people were afraid of them. In that case also, the sage did not consider himself as having become angry. He had witnessed anger arising in a body-mind organism, which may happen to be his or someone else's. For me, that is a very important thing. But now with that understanding, much of the unhappiness which a usual person bears, because he can't help getting angry, and he is supposed to control his anger, that kind of burden disappears. Anger arises, takes its course. The real involvement is not in the arising of the anger, but involvement in the biological reaction, and my reaction. See, if I am quite clear that when the anger arises or whatever, not in my control, then I don't take it. That I always, in such circumstances, I always get afraid, or I get angry, I'll do this, or become proud. That where others get different, I am a compassionate man. So, from my point of view, it's an important distinction between a feeling which arises in a body-mind organism as a biological reaction, and not the egoic reaction, in which the ego need not be concerned.
You have often talked about the concept of the working mind and the thinking mind. Now this again is considered a unique concept. Could you explain this concept?
Yes, it is a unique concept. For this reason, most of the unhappiness that the human being carries, most of that, you think all you want, and you will come to the conclusion that most of the unhappiness is based on our anxiety about what might happen. It is a fact of life that no one, even if God took human birth, as a human being he cannot know what the next moment will bring, pleasure or pain. No one can know the total amount of pleasure and pain one is supposed to experience in this life. That is already predetermined. That is quite clear. So, my main problem therefore is not being able to accept that everything is predetermined. I'm worried about what might happen. I'm anxious about what happens, and that truly is the cause of most unhappiness for most people. And that is done by what I call the thinking mind. Thinking mind is never in the present moment. Always creates fears and possibilities and possible tragedy in the future, which is illusory. And most of our unhappiness, according to me, is based on this illusory anxiety. Everybody's experience, if you think over that, if there are 10 items about which you have been very anxious and unhappy, how many have turned out to be right? Probably not one. Therefore, that anxiety, which is through the thinking mind about the future. But if someone is lucky enough to have sufficient amount of work to do during the day, his mind is busy with the work that is to be done in the present moment. That is the working mind. So my theory is, if you are lucky enough to be using your working mind most of the time, your thinking mind will have that much less time to create anxiety for you. Thinking mind goes into the past and projects something in the future. The working mind will also have to go into the past in order to draw on the experience. If there is a surgeon, which is body out there, he will have a problem. Where do I make the incision? Therefore, his working mind has to go into the past, draw on his experience, and decide where he will make the incision, and proceed with the work. Therefore, in theory, the working mind also has to dip into the past, but comes back in the present moment. The thinking mind goes into the past and puts forward a picture of anxiety in the future. The working mind always functions in the past. It may go deep into the past, but again works in the present. Thinking mind dips into the past and projects a tragedy in the future. So if you are lucky for the person who is lucky enough to be able to use his working mind most of the time, and the thinking mind does not interrupt him, you will have noticed two things. If there are two people with about the same ability, in fact someone has known to be better than the other. A has been always better than B. But in life, they find, whether it is lawyer or B has been more successful than A. In spite of A's career being much better than B, the B has been more successful. The only answer, according to me, is that B has been fortunate enough to have his thinking mind disturbing the working mind much less. The result is, when the thinking mind disturbs the working mind less, inevitably the work is bound to be more efficient than if the working mind is continuously disturbed by the thinking mind. That is why he is more successful.
My problem was that I was told, like many other seekers were told, that don't be judgmental. And I found that in my work, I had to make judgments about what was good and bad.
This is the point. You can't work without making judgments. Therefore, when the working mind makes its judgment, it is doing its job. When it's generally said, don't be judgmental, it means if you don't let your thinking mind be rampant in your thoughts, always judging and despairing, you will be happier. Therefore, don't judge, don't blame, don't condemn refers to the thinking mind. The working mind, in order to be efficient, has to judge. It is the judge's job to judge whether someone is guilty or not. But that is his working mind. Therefore, don't be judgmental, applies to the thinking mind.
If a seeker were to have an intellectual understanding of this, what would your advice be to him about how to live his life? Go forth and live his life?
Very simple. Live your life. Do whatever you feel like doing. Try to live without expectation. Expectation is not in your control. At least try to live without expectation. Without blaming and condemning anybody for anything. So to the extent that you are able to have this, not to be able to blame anybody, not to be able to not to expect, is your destiny. Therefore, the intellectual is something in your control. Thereafter, whether the intellectual acceptance becomes total acceptance is something which will happen if it is supposed to happen, according to God's will, cosmic law, your destiny, or it may not happen. But there is no need to be pessimistic, because most important, another very important concept of mine is the sage did not choose to be a sage. The saint did not choose to be a saint. The psychopath did not choose to be a psychopath. The criminal did not choose to be a criminal. The basic fact of duality in manifestation, the basic fact is the unmanifest one source. When it became the manifest, it could not remain one. Shiva, when manifest, had to become Shiva Shakti. Therefore, the very basis of the manifestation and this functioning that we call life is duality, beginning with male and female, wealth and poverty, health and disease, beauty and ugliness. Therefore, the most important thing is to accept the fact that the psychopath did not choose to be a psychopath. What the society will do for actions happening through the psychopath is his destiny. Therefore, I can see a saint being honored, a psychopath being condemned. But as far as I am concerned, I have no anger or fault with the psychopath. He didn't choose to be a psychopath. Therefore, while I witness and feel sorry for the psychopath, I don't hate the psychopath. And frankly, I don't admire the saint either. The saint didn't choose to be a saint.
Rameshji, what do you think about causality?
But causality, the basis of it is extremely simple. Nothing happens unless it is the will of God. Therefore, according to the will of God, a happening happens. Now, according to the normal course of living, every happening will have a result. Which means the first happening is a cause, the second happening is an effect. The second effect becomes a cause for a third happening. The third happening becomes a cause for the fourth happening. Therefore what we say is, A happened, therefore B happened, therefore C happened, therefore D happened. First and foremost, my point about causality, it is a happening, not somebody's doing. The unfortunate fact about causality, it is treated as your karma, which has its effect. You did a bad karma, therefore you suffer in your life. My point is, there is no individual karma. Everything is a happening. Therefore, happening A leads to happening B. Happening B leads to C. Happening C leads to happening D. The unfortunate part of it is, normally the human being says, A happened, therefore B happened. Therefore C happened. Therefore D happened. It's a one-pointed arrow. My concept is, it is a double-pointed arrow. E happened because D happened because E had to happen. D had to happen because C had to happen. For C to happen, B had to happen. For B to happen, A had to happen. Therefore, the entire lifetime is causality, not just cause leading to effect. For effect to happen, the cause has to happen. Therefore, everything is interrelated. This is what is meant by everything is interrelated. Cause and effect being both ways. That is what is meant by everything is being interrelated.
Rameshji, often in a seeker's life, what he finds is that after the intellectual understanding is very deep, but the experiential understanding is still in the process of deepening. So often, the seeker finds himself with his 2 feet in 2 different boats. One, where he thinks that he is not the doer at the intellectual level, but at the experiential level, still, in day-to-day living, it has not percolated.
So what you are saying is, the intellectual level has to deepen into the total level. And there is even another aspect of it. That is why, in the Zen philosophy, they say, awakening is sudden and deliverance is gradual. Their point is, even after enlightenment happens, the deliverance, that is the enlightenment in actual daily living, is a process. Awakening is sudden. But even the awakening, to realize that the awakening is functioning in daily living, may take some time. The technical awakening is always sudden, deliverance may be gradual. My explanation of that, I have a very lovely example. You don't have a driver's license. You are taking lessons. Then you go for a test. When you go for a test, you have no driver's license. You pass the test and you have the driver's license. So the driver's license is sudden, which is awakening, which is sudden. One moment you have an official driver, another time you are allowed to drive. That is sudden. But getting a driver's license does not mean confidence to drive through heavy traffic for an hour. So deliverance means that to have the confidence of being able to drive in heavy traffic for an hour. So when you suddenly realize one day that you have been driving through heavy traffic for an hour and no mental stress, then there is deliverance.
Rameshji, you've been particularly close to 2 masters, Nisargadatta Maharaj and Ramana Maharshi. What are your feelings about these 2 sages?
Nisargadatta Maharaj, to the best of my knowledge, was only concerned with telling you to know that you are that. I am that. He is that. She is that. Therefore, he is only concerned about each one of us is that source. I was more concerned knowing that. For me, that is quite simple. This body is part of the manifestation. Ramesh is not part of the manifestation. Therefore, Ramesh has to be the source. So to be told that Ramesh is the source and every ego is the source. For me that was simple. But I was more concerned with the total acceptance. I am the source, the other is the source. With that understanding, how can my daily living, which means relationship with the source, make me a happy living, which means peace of mind? With the total understanding that I am the source, the other is the source, how do I have to live my life and be happy? That Ramana Maharshi dealt more, went into detail than Nisargadatta. And I went into deeper detail than Ramana Maharshi. Therefore, what I say is much deeper. Because I start my seeking. I have assumed I am the source. But how does that help me to live my life in relationship to the other, which will give me peace of mind, which I have to do for myself? Therefore, the Guru can only point the way. You have to travel that way yourself. Therefore, each seeker has to make the journey himself.
Rameshji, to some people, your teaching seems to be fatalistic.
Yes. That's what you have just asked. Fatalistic means if everything is predetermined, why should I do anything? So even if you don't do anything, the energy functioning through your body will produce something. If you resist the physical, it will be mental. But some action is bound to happen. And if you decide, why should I do anything? Then the action that happens is not doing anything, which is itself an action.
If nobody is doing anything, what about an individual's karma?
So that is the whole point. If nobody is doing anything, everything is happening according to God's will, karmic law. And the human being is merely an instrument through which life happens according to God's will, cosmic law. Where is the individual's karma? That is the whole point. The individual is incapable of doing any karma. Therefore, there cannot be any future life depending on my karma this year, in this life. Therefore, the total acceptance I am not the doer clearly means I am not concerned with previous life or future life. An enormous weight, enormous burden is removed.
So does that mean that the karma theory deals with not personal karma but impersonal karma?
That is the point. That is the causation. That is what is causation. A karma is a happening. A happening leads to a result, which is also a happening. So one happening results to another happening. The second happening becomes the cause of the third happening, and that has been going on from the beginning of time. One happening leading to another happening.
If everything is predetermined, the seeking is also predetermined. And the
Indeed.
result of the seeking is also predetermined.
Indeed.
So why seek?
Therefore, why seek? And that is why anybody who is a seeker is not a seeker of his own choice, but because God made him a seeker. God made him a seeker. And that fact is an important fact. If I am able to accept totally that I am a seeker is God's will, then there is no reason why I should be a pessimist. If God has made a seeker, then he'll take me as far as I'm supposed to go.
What, in your experience, is the most difficult concept for the seeker to accept?
That is not the doer. That is not the doer. Because the doing has been so deeply ingrained. I knew it, but I had never really had an experience of it until some time ago. My neighbor is my brother. He has a granddaughter. This happened about 2 years ago. Now she is about 6. So at that time she was about 3.5. a 3.5-year-old, very creative child. So she was always doing something, painting or creating something. And she would come and show it to me and my wife. And when we appreciated, she was very happy. So one morning she came and showed me what she had done. So I admired it and she was happy. She wanted to show it to my wife. So she said, "Where is grandma?" So I said, "She's gone for a bath. But she'll be out any minute. She's been already about 15 minutes, so she should be out any minute. She should be out any moment." And this 3.5-year-old child asked me, "While I'm waiting for grandma to finish her bath, what shall I do?" That was when I had how deeply this sense of personal doership is ingrained. A 3.5-year-old child wants to know what she should do while she waits for her grandmother, who could come out a moment later. This showed me how deeply this sense of personal doership. That is the most difficult thing, that you are not the doer.
Ramesh, you talk of human beings as being programmed instruments.
Yes.
So what is your programming? Your personal programming?
As I told you, my conditioning for some has been that I already accept that the human being is merely an instrument to it. That is something which is deeply ingrained in my genes. That is, as I already told you, that is something deeply ingrained in my genes. The rest of the conditioning, one of my aspects, impatience. My nature is impatient. I want to do this, I don't want to leave any loose ends. I want to do everything now. Impatience is my absolute part of the programming, genes as well as conditioning. And yet, when I talk every morning, what people admire most is my patience. Isn't that amazing? Impatience is in my genes. But what happens, only where the teaching is concerned, enormous patience. That's one impatience. The other is certain amount of timidity is also part of my programming. But it's there, so I have to accept it. A certain amount of lack of confidence is also there. I've accepted it.
Ramesh, you once said that the reaction to a reaction is involvement. Could you please explain that?
Yes, that is what I've already told you, the biological reaction. The biological reaction is a reaction. But the egoic reaction to the biological reaction, I was angry, I shouldn't be angry. I was afraid, I shouldn't be angry. Or one was angry, the other was afraid, but I am a compassionate man. Therefore, involvement in the biological involvement means either pride or guilt or shame. Involvement in the involvement, the first is an involvement, but it's a biological involvement. I'm not concerned with it. Then I'm not involved in the involvement.
Many spiritual masters, many gurus specifically ask seekers to get rid of the ego.
Stupid. When someone says, get rid of the ego, if someone, I read it in this, I would have asked him, who is to get rid of the ego? Other than the ego, where is the entity? Who is asked to get rid of the ego? The ego is all there is. Therefore, all that the ego is really asked is, ego is told, you think you are the doer, but understand that you are not the doer. Then the ego has to accept that he is not the doer. It is still the ego who has to accept that he is not the doer. nor the other is a doer. But it is the ego who has to accept it. Nobody can control, because there is nobody other than the ego. So my problem has always been, who is supposed to control the ego? No author could give me the answer. Therefore, enlightenment for me has meant total acceptance of non-doership, individual non-doership. And later I came to know that is precisely the concept of enlightenment of the great Buddha. So I happen to have independently come to the conclusion, which the Buddha had also independently come to the conclusion.
Can a sage be prone to aversions and cravings too? Or is he beyond them?
No, wait a minute. Can a sage? The fact, again, it is that the sage has to have a body-mind organism. And the body-mind organism has a programming. Therefore, the body of a sage also has certain preferences, certain tendencies. Therefore, the sage also has to have certain preferences, tendencies, positive or negative. But he accepts that a body-mind organism, which happens to be his organism, has certain positive points, some negative points. He accepts that as the basic duality of life itself. He doesn't fight those tendencies. He accepts those.
A lot has been made of dvesh and rag, aversions and cravings, and that the sage is outside these two.
No, which is again a total misconception. Therefore I've told you, many sages, Agastya and they were known for their anger. Anger happened, they cursed someone. Then later they repented. They gave a shapa and then upashapa. Then did something. But even the Agastya and many munis, they were not able to control their anger. Because anger is not an egoic reaction, it's a biological reaction.
Does the same hold true for prejudices too?
One point here is that the ordinary body-mind organism has preferences. The sage's body-mind organism also has preferences. Where is the difference? The ordinary person's body-mind organism has preferences. Whatever it is, they have preferences. The sage's body-mind organism also has preferences. Where is the difference? The difference is that in the case of an ordinary person, if a preference is not satisfied, the ordinary person pursues that preference and he very often becomes frustrated. The sage, if the preference is satisfied, he enjoys it, no question about it. But if his preference is not satisfied, he does not pursue that preference, but accepts whatever is.
What would be the attitude of the sage to material things? For instance, money. Because a lot of seekers, and some gurus too, have made a big thing about money. They say, I won't be touching money. They make out as if money is filthy.
That is their programming. That is their programming. Ramakrishna, they tried it. They put some money under his pillow. He was restless. That is not his choice, that was his programming, over which he had no control. Therefore, whether someone likes money or not, is entirely his programming. My concept is his programming, over which he has no control.
Which would you say is the single most recognizable characteristic of a sage?
That is simple. That is simple. Total humility. Not assumed humility. Total, genuine, sincere humility. As I mentioned an incident, when I was working in the bank, I was invited by an industrialist, big industrialist, for a dinner. So I went there, there were about, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 people. All in the big, huge drawing room. Then there was a staircase in it. And in the midst of this party, a man in ochre robes, he came and stood at the top of the staircase in ochre robes and just stood there. Just stood there. So that all the people, attention was on him. So that they had to ask each other, who is that person? And that person happened to be the guru of that powerful family. So he wanted all the guests to know that he, everybody will want to know and they'll give it, is the guru of this powerful industrialist family. So, one thing I know, he cannot be a real saint. He wanted recognition, no humility. So from my point of view, total humility. There's a story said about Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna was working, not working, he found something with a rose bush. So he went to the rose bush and doing something. Someone new came. He thought he was a gardener. And he asked him, where is the place where Ramakrishna? He pointed out and continued did what he. So the man, when he went, they found that the Ramakrishna was the same man. Total humility. He was asked a question, he pointed it out, that's all. He didn't stand up, whom do you think you're talking to?
Ramesh ji, how do you live your life?
Do you want to know how I live my life? I said, you'll be surprised. I said, what has enlightenment done for me? What enlightenment has done for me is to make my life so simple. Making my life really simple is what enlightenment has done for me. Where is the simplicity in life? Knowing that the mechanism of daily living means every human being has to deal with a situation. Every human being at any time, the caveman 3,000 years ago or now, the mechanism of daily living means dealing with a situation for everybody. Dealing with a situation means deciding what you want in that situation and doing whatever you feel you should do in order to get what you want. And that is why in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna tells Arjuna, karmanyeva adhikaraste. Karma, doing whatever you want to do at any time, is your birthright, adhikara. But you have no adhikara over the fruits of your action. Ma phaleshu kadachana. So what I've told you is strictly what the Bhagavad Gita says. Your birthright to do whatever you want. Karmanyevadhikaraste. Ma phaleshu kadachana. So knowing that this is the very basic fact of life, whether I believe I'm the doer or not, for the mechanism of daily living to happen, I have to do whatever I feel I should do. Therefore, my daily living means in any situation, I keep on doing whatever I feel like doing, knowing that I am not the doer. Therefore, knowing that I am not the doer, I still do at any moment whatever I feel like doing as if I am the doer, having done whatever I wanted to do, knowing that no human being ever had any control over the result of his action. I sit back, relax, witness whatever is going on as something which is supposed to happen, without condemning anybody, without any regrets about the past, without any complaints in the present. Why? Because I have already done whatever my birthright. I did whatever, having done whatever I wanted to do. How can I have complaints in the present? And no expectations in the future. That has made life very simple. Therefore, and also it's amazing. Everybody's experiences, no one knows what the next moment is going to bring. Therefore, what is the point about being anxious about what will happen? Whatever is to happen. So with this understanding, I don't think about I don't have any expectations. That means there is no burden of anxiety. So, in life what happens? In life what happens is, I do whatever I have done. The result has never been in my control. What is everybody's experience? Sometimes I've got what I wanted, sometimes I've not got what I wanted, and sometimes what I got was beyond expectation. Many times for the worse, sometimes for the better. After that, what happens? After that, the society in which I live cannot know what I have done. Society can only accept as my action that which has happened, over which I have no control. Judge that action as good or bad, reward me or punish me. Reward from the society means pleasure, punishment means pain. And that is everybody's life for thousands of years. Action after action, result after result over which he has no control. Society judges that result as my action. Judges said good or bad, reward or punishment, pleasure or pain. That is everybody's life. So I've also had to live like that, with the total, even after the total understanding. And thereafter, what has happened? Like anybody, I have had to have the pleasure. When I have the pleasure, I enjoy the pleasure. I don't tell the society, look, take the pleasure away, not my action. I enjoy the pleasure. But knowing that it is not my action which has brought me that pleasure, the pleasure is never accompanied by pride of achievement, not my action. Another moment, pain. Pain I've had to accept, no question. So I accept the pain, I've suffered the pain, but knowing that it is not my action, just as the pleasure was not accompanied by pride, the pain is never accompanied by guilt or shame, not my action. So pleasure are not in my control. But me, my ego, has always been free both of pride and guilt and hatred of anyone. And absence of guilt and shame, absence of pride, absence of hatred has been peace of mind, which to me is the ultimate happiness, which enlightenment is expected to give any human being. That is all. If someone does have special powers, that can happen even if the man is a bad man. He may not be enlightened at all and yet have those special powers. Because special powers are a gift of God, which may last for some time and may disappear. So special powers have nothing to do with enlightenment. All that enlightenment will give you is peace of mind. Peace of mind means never to be uncomfortable with myself, never to be uncomfortable with the other. It has nothing to do. The most important, I repeat, therefore, is to be able to accept enlightenment does not mean pleasure all the time. No pain. Everybody knows. Almost every spiritual jnani has suffered pain. Christ on the cross suffered the pain and body cried out, Father, why hast thou forsaken me? Ramakrishna Paramam, suffering the pain of cancer, cried out in pain, Mother, why are you torturing me? Even saints have cried out in pain. Therefore, even enlightenment therefore does not mean any increase in pleasure nor any reduction in pain. That is part of one's life which is already predetermined. Enlightenment or not, pleasure and pain have already been predetermined.
Rameshji, do you dream?
No, now, nobody dreams. Dreams happen. Dreams happen. Because it is a happening, dream is a happening based on your experience during the day. So long as you are not living as a hermit, not meeting anybody, the dream has to happen. That was my theory. Then, as it has happened very often, very soon I came across a sentence in Ramana Maharshi. He was asked, Bhagavan, do you ever see dead people? And he said, only in my dreams. But even Ramana Maharshi, dreams happen.
Rameshji, do you ever think about death?
I never think of death for one reason. I have lived my life thoroughly enjoying many things that come to my life. I enjoy life, but I wouldn't mind dying tomorrow.